What are you going to do with your video? Jack off to it later tonight? Like one of our dildos? We have plenty.
Okay, quit
I
stalking
recommend
me,
the fresh stones. They're very soft.
Is that exciting to you?
You're the one that keeps coming over here, Jack. Yeah, Zach. You're the one who's obsessed with us.
I love this song. Thank you.
Can I ask you guys,
Broadcasting music, you can't.
why are you waving dildos in front of a church? You guys have a pile of dildos over there? You realize there's a lot of kids coming out of this church?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, right?
Go ask the clown man. He'll answer your question.
Who are you taping it for? Your boyfriends? We got to be able to dick them
I'm taping it for the world.
for the world to see.
Yeah.
So we're here. Get my sign.
Yeah.
See, this is democracy. This is what we have the right to do. And that's hypocrisy over there. You guys pretend to worship this thing called Jesus, but what we do is we try and live like Jesus. We would never deport our neighbors. And we would never go to a building that pretends to support Jesus, but supports deporting people, tearing families apart.
Oh, you don't?
The cruelty, the corruption.
You're so freaking.
Oh my gosh, the chaos. It's terrible. And these people over here are fawning. You're pretending it's not happening. You're pretending you're not supporting it.
Really,
That is very scary.
Do you think Jesus would wave dildos in front of a church?
Do you think Jesus would support Easter wood?
Well, why don't you ask? Why don't you answer my question?
We wouldn't be here if
Should I get a gun out?
people were
I don't have a gun. All I have is a
Why don't
whistle
you-
and a dildo.
Why don't you answer my question?
What is the question?
I answered
Does
your
Jesus
question.
support this?
Why would you wave dildos in front of kids?
Because we're dealing with a bunch of dicks.
But there's kids.
You're right, so you better
Why don't
not
you
bring
have-
your kids here
There's
because you're
kids that are being
indoctrinating your
deported and
children
ripped away from their
into a
families and put
patriarchal
in cages.
society
How about
that's all
those
about the
children?
bigger dick.
How about those children?
Talk about money
How
and
about those
power and
children?
dicks.
How about those children?
kept
Answer
in
my
cages.
question then. How
They
about
don't
those
care
children?
about people
How
who would
about
not-
the
You want to
children?
have a discussion about deportation? We can have a
Yeah,
discussion
how
about
about the children?
We don't have to have a discussion.
We
What are you
can have-
talking about?
Why
Families
don't-
are being torn
No,
Why
apart.
don't we
that's
have a
why we're
discussion?
No
here.
discussion necessary.
You know
don't we
what?
have a
Until it
discussion?
stops, we're not
Because
gonna
it's
be done.
obvious.
Did you know?
Until it stops.
Did you know
we're
that
not gonna be
Hennepin
done.
County took me from my family when I was a juvenile?
Yeah. and
What
we-
does that have to do with the ICE coming and ripping apart immigrant
this
families?
whole thing about
Completely
arresting
different issue.
this whole thing about arresting children isn't gonna
Arresting children.
Yeah, isn't gonna pull on my heartstrings.
Arresting
They-
on you.
they- they
That's
arrest-
on you.
they
That
arrested
is
me.
on you.
They arrested
That is
me.
on you.
They arrested
That
me
is,
twice.
That's
They
not
arrested
these
me
innocent
twice.
Then
children's
we
fault.
think you...
Change the system then. What are you doing to fix
When
it?
the-
What are you going to do to fix it?
Do you want me to answer
What are
the
you going to
question?
do to fix it?
Do you want me to answer
What are you
the
going to do to
question?
fix
What
it?
kind of drugs are you guys all on?
When they take custody of an illegal
No,
immigrant,
that's not true.
What
And
about
there's-
if they're not illegal?
Nobody is illegal.
even if they're not illegal, even
Wait
if
a
they're
minute.
not
Nobody's
illegal,
illegal.
Can I?
That
I'm
word.
answering the question.
If I get a speeding ticket, am I
I'm
illegal?
answering the question.
If I murder somebody, no, you're using language you don't agree with.
American citizen.
You're
Let's say-
American citizens.
Let's say in the case of American citizen, right? They take custody of a parent.
Look at this one.
They are in charge of the well-being of the child. They also have to take custody of the child.
Do you know they
This is the
release
way. This is the
children
way it's
without their
always been.
families?
So you need
Do you
20
know-
cops to drive up
Listen,
with
hold
guns
on.
and point at their parents to take that man away. Or maybe they could.
You have to use overwhelming
Wait,
force.
were you released to nobody out in the cold with not even a jacket?
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to these kids. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Oh, you were.
You're a liar.
I was
You're a
released.
liar.
I was released.
You're a liar.
I was released from jail. Look it up. Look
What
it up.
are you doing
I was
over
released.
there?
I was released from jail 2 months ago into the cold.
Okay.
Then what are you
2 months
So
ago.
then why are you helping then? Why are you
Why are
protecting
you
them?
supporting
What do you?
them?
What
Why
do you
are you
mean?
supporting
What do you
them?
mean? This is the church.
Why? Yeah.
You're talking
right.
about the police.
Who is the
works
lead
for us.
pastor here?
You're
He
talking about the
supports
police.
Families
I-
being torn apart, people being
You guys
murdered
keep changing
in
the subject.
detention centers.
You guys
But
keep
that's
changing the
why
subject.
you're here.
Because you don't
That's-
care about what's really
We're
going
not here
on.
because
Are we
of
talking
your
We
about-
don't want to hear about it.
We're here because of
we are
all
here
the
to protect
people.
our neighbors.
Are we
all the
talking about the
immigrants.
church or
We
are we
are
talking
here-
about law enforcement?
It doesn't. The
We're
church,
talking about the
your
people that
leader
go to that
is part of
church.
ICE.
I haven't heard anything about that.
That's on you then. That is on you.
Okay.
You should do some research on your
Okay.
own church.
You're here. You're
Yeah.
standing with us, which means
That's-
you support us, right?
that's
in
irrelevant.
He doesn't even know who
I mean,
you
so
are. He doesn't know.
Oh my God,
Well, so my original question though is why are you guys waving dildos in front of
Because
kids?
we're dealing with dicks.
No, but that doesn't answer my question.
What do you want us to do?
Why are you waving dildos
What would you like us to do?
in front of children? There are children.
Then don't
There are
bring
children
your
coming out of
children
this.
here.
Can you answer the question? Answer the question. You guys
Don't bring your children.
Children are.
Do not bring children here. We're going to wave dildos.
I don't bring children.
Tell your congregation, don't bring your children
But this
here.
is for church.
Because we're going to be waving dildos. There are many
But
churches.
this is for church.
Go to a different church.
They're denied passage.
You're right.
Why?
Because the guy who works here is the director of ICE.
You have to put up with this.
Negative energy oozing out of that building.
That's your
It's
choice,
about
and this is our choice.
deportation,
Why
murder,
can't you
torture,
guys protest
terror,
dildos?
war.
Just don't be inappropriate to children.
Tell them not to bring the children.
Bring the dildos.
Get the children back.
No.
Get the
This
children
is the
back.
new front
Get
line.
the children
Bring
out of
them
the
out.
cages. Get the children out
If
of
you
cages
don't
and
like
with
it,
their
go
families,
change the law.
And then we will stop.
Go talk to
No.
Congress
Where
and
were you?
change the
Where were
law.
you when I was in a cage?
We didn't know about you.
We've
Sorry.
been out here for months.
We don't know your
We've
story.
been protesting for months and months and months.
They've been arresting American children
Yes.
for
We've
100
been
years.
protesting.
It's terrible.
Where the fuck were you when
We
I was
didn't
in
know
jail?
Oh my
about
God, I
it.
can't fucking be at every fucking place every time a child is released.
So we'll be here
Are you
every
fucking
Sunday.
for
You
real?
guys-
So
we'll
then
be
why don't you
here.
help the
You
children
guys
that
didn't-
that's happening to it now then?
You guys didn't say
You're
any
so
of this.
stupid.
We didn't know about it.
You guys
If you
didn't
know
say-
if you
about it.
want to,
But
if
you
you
guys-
think it's wrong, then why do you support
But you
it?
guys
If
weren't
you think it's
doing
wrong,
this.
why do you support it?
You guys weren't doing this 10 years ago. You guys weren't doing this 10 years ago.
I like democracy. I like us not being fucking murdered in the goddamn streets
We're not
by the
getting any
goddamn government.
Then don't obstruct police in their job.
We're not. Zach, where's the police? Just driving to a fucking doctor's appointment.
We're not getting anything out of them.
Yeah, you're not getting anything out of it.
They're over there.
No intelligent conversation. No intelligent conversation. All you can do is stand in my face and yell.
I answered your questions. I answered your questions though.
No, you
What's-
really
okay,
didn't.
answer
You
me-
really
ask me
didn't.
your question.
Why is it appropriate to wave dildos in front of
Nobody said
children?
it's
What our
appropriate.
fucking genitals
Well, why
dude?
are you
That's
doing
so
it then?
Because they're dicks, and we like to, and we want to make a point. Did
This
she,
is a
she already
church.
said that.
This is a church, and you're making it political.
We know that.
You're making it political.
No, the person who runs this church is making it political.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Oh
Why don't you guys go do this? Why don't you guys go do this at Bishop Whipple? Why don't you guys go do this at Bishop Whipple?
We do
Wave-
it every day.
wave-
We'll go
yeah.
there after.
Go wave-
We go there
go wave-
every day.
Go wave dildos
and
at
then
Bishop
we will
Whipple.
go there after. I promise you. When we leave here, we will go right there.
Why don't you have
Like
any
we
respect
do
for children?
every day.
I understand you hate ICE, you hate the guy.
I have respect for the children that are in cages and the children that are being ripped from their families for absolutely no reason.
What about the children who have to put up with angry people waving dildos at them? Why should we feel bad for you? Why the fuck should we feel bad for
You
you?
shouldn't feel bad for me.
Yeah.
You feel bad for the
Yeah.
innocent children.
When you act like that, why should I feel bad for you?
You shouldn't feel bad for me. I'm not asking for you to feel bad for me.
Why should I join your cause?
I don't want
Why
you
should I?
to.
Why should
I
I?
don't want you to.
Why should I feel
don't
sympathetic
want
to your
I
cause?
don't care if you do or not. I
Okay.
don't care if you do or
Okay.
not.
Wherever I please.
We're gonna do what we're gonna do regardless.
Okay.
I can stand wherever I want.
Well, I hope you guys have a good. I mean, I hope you guys just relax and like try to find some inner peace.
I mean, my presence is disrespectful.
Try to find some inner peace.
What do I turn over?
Oh.
Lose your mind.
No, you never walk softly and carry a big sign.
That is going nowhere.
I told you, it goes nowhere. And it's so freaking disgusting.
I mean, we're crazy because we love people and we want everybody to have a wonderful life and not being deported for no reason. We
That-
love human rights. Yeah, what about the kids that Trump diddled? What about those kids? Huh? You're okay with that too, right?
over by the high.
That is hilarious.